Good evening, friends. Coming to you from Covina Kitchen Table, California. What have we here? At first glance, it's a pretty cool 64 Princeton. But it's nice and clean. But as we look inside, the cheese thickness is high here. Now, I don't want to blame this on Kendrick, but I think this is Kendrick's work. I acquired this from a gentleman, well, Bill, my departed amp guru, got this from a gentleman that had done these conversions, cheese dicking it out. Now it sounds kind of cool, but no tremolo. And he hacked these wires, and put some Kendrick, they're probably orange drops in a yellow, I don't know. Anyways, and then when he did the wiring, what the heck, that's not safe. That's UL approved, 1950. So I'm going to restore this. The cool thing about these early Princetons, besides they didn't have reverb, the tremolo. Now, I don't even want to know what it's doing. It sounds kind of cool. And it was in a head, like a Bandmaster cabinet with a 6x9 speaker. And I know you Kendricks fans out there are going to raise your hands in horror when I propose to undo all of this and return it to original. But guess what? I don't care. Here's the bottom of this maligned Princeton. It's got a couple of JJs. Those are excellent tubes. Another JJ and another JJ. And the rectifier looks like a GZ34. Not sure the brand. It looks worn off. It's probably, sorry about the camera, probably a vintage, but regardless, or irregardless. Okay, this is a Muellerd. You can see the, where is it? Etched glass. Yep. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is working from right to left from the back. I'm just going to rip out the stuff that doesn't belong there. This is, wow. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Just going to rip it out and sort it out afterwards. I'm on the fence about replacing this with a cap can from CE. I may leave it. We'll see. So as I'm pulling all the wires, look at this. Nice. As I'm pulling all the components out, I'm thinking, you know, look at this. He cut these freaking wires right down to the nub there. Thanks. As he's doing, thanks. I'm thinking, build your own amp. Don't mess with this Leo Fender. This was a great sounding little amp. Don't mess with this. Anyways, I think I've got everything pulled out. And now I'm going to probably disconnect these wires, lift, and relay the wires underneath. And of course, I have to check and see if he changed these. These were all messed up. because he pulled the vibrato, the tremolo, the most prettiest thing about this amp. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't replace all this crap with orange drops. At least he left these blues in here. Thank you, Gerald. And this has got to go, I think, because this is only 3. The other one was over here, glued down with some supersonic crap. So I'm going to bite the bullet and put a cap can back in there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I got to replace all that. Nice. Well, it keeps me amused, that's for sure. Nice to use space age glue. I don't have my heat gun here, but I think I'm gonna need it to get this crap completely out of here. Thanks, Gerald. Nice, huh? Thanks, Gerald. Okay, and of course he clipped the leads off. I was able to pull that crap off of there with pliers with much gnashing of hair and tearing of teeth. I'm going to get that. There's a little bit left on the board. I'm going to remove this. I'm not even going to bother testing it. I'm just going to get it out of there and get one from CE. Or eBay. We'll see which way is where. Okay, after much tearing of gnash and teething of hair, I managed to get that out of there, and I've got that cleaned up. I've got all the grounds disconnected, and now I'm going to disconnect these 4 wires here, and I can roll this board back and replace the wires. Yippee! And I'm going to put this on eBay under the title, How to Beep Up a Nice Original 64 Princeton Amp. I wonder how much I can get for it. Woo! Or not. So I've had to rip this whole thing out so far. Probably still going to go strong on there. Yeah, he replaced that whole tremolo circuit with all kinds of dickness of cheese. All right, on the pot front, I replaced, they had alpha pots in here. Some of them not so good quality. I'm keeping these 2 until I maybe can find some. That's a vintage 60s 1 meg there, and a vintage 1969 250K audio there. I need to order the 3 meg reverse audio. Those are real kind of hard to find. I'm getting it from CE. All right, we're moving along slowly. I'm going to put mustard caps in here, or something cool for the tremolo. Well, I'm randomly testing this Mullard mustard cap 0.68K, which under Bill O'Dell's tutelage made me learn that it's a low 0.1. And my cool capacitor checker, really capacitor analyzer, that I inherited from said Bill. Thank you, Bill. Miss you, man. Check the UF on that. Value, sorry. Capacitor value. 0.0683. These suckers are on the money. Now, if I put in 400 and remember that as volts, right here, volts. Now I can test for leakage. Here we go. I'm going to press the capacitor leakage. It's thinking, wow, 0.0. Nice, that's going in there. Also learned that these 1/8 ends are a low 0.022, and that's going in there where the O2 is supposed to be. Better than what they had in there. All right, here's the state of the affairs right now. Whoops. It's looking good. Got all these wires coming out all over the place here. So yeah, it's pretty close to what would have looked like. I borrowed some photos from the internet. And waiting on the cap can from CE. And I'll do the final wiring here. Got the bias board fixed. I'm going to leave this Kendrick did that. I recognize, the reason I know this is Kendrick, or at least I'm pretty sure it's Kendrick that did all this, was because at the same time I acquired this, I also acquired the Dual and the reverb unit, and they had this, the Dual has this exact thing set up in it. This is something Kendrick would do. He wrote the book on cheese dick mods. Yeah, some of them are good. I like the multicolor, that's what I had. All right, onward. Look what I got from my favorite mail order place. A reverse audio pot and a nice cap can. Yeah, a cap can. Or maybe I should just super glue those things back in there with whatever ultrasonic space age adhesive Geral went ahead and used. No, I guess not. Time to get going here. All right, I got this cap can wired up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, start over at the preamp. I've reinstalled all the components. Now I'm going to start back over at this side of this sucker and hook up all the wires and do the grounds and do all the wires that are hanging loose around in here like that, and ground it on down. Yeah, sure. That's what I'm going to do now. All right. I've got this preamp cleaned up. All the volume controls. New pots put in there where the old ones were gone. Yeah, we got our... I always like the Princeton. One volume, tone, you know, bass, treble. You got your speed and intensity. And yeah, let's... all right. Speed and intensity. The only thing, I did wire some ground buses. I'm going to wrap the grounds around there. And now I'm just double checking over here. I got a couple loose wires. That's the negative feedback. That's about the only one that's hanging loose now. And yeah, put that together, and I'm going to screw these down and fire it up. Fire out, man. Okay, I'm going to plug it in with no tubes and test the voltages. Looks like a mess. Yeah, baby. Okay, first thing I did, I tested all the AC voltages, and they're all correct. From the 5 volt, the high voltage, and all the way over here, I'm getting the correct AC voltage. Alrighty, pick out a rectum fryer. Okay, so this is always exciting. I got the nice Mullard rectifier plugged in there, and I'm into my current limiter, which is over here. And yeah, I'm gonna just slowly turn this up. I'm gonna start about 40 40 volts here. I wouldn't expect to see anything from the pilot light yet. And so far there's absolutely nothing from my current limiter bulbs. I'm going to pop it up to about 60. Remember, this is all new stuff, so I'm letting the caps form, the new caps in the power supply. Crank that up a little bit. We're at 40, 50. Let's go up to about 80. So far, no magic smoke. Nothing's blowing up. That's good. No glow from anything. I might see a faint glow in the pilot light. No. All right, up to 100. Or let's go to 90. Maybe now there's like a faint glow in the... Yeah, there is. Look at that. Okay. And I see a little bit of the 5-volt rectifier going on. That's good. At 90, no glow from my current limiter. I'm going up to 100. Letting those caps form. Okay, still nothing there. Great. All right, let's go to 110. That's a operating normal voltage for these. And that rectifier looks like it's soldiering along there pretty good. Everything's looking good so far. Okay, I'm going to go up to like 118. Here we go. We're going to let that just sit like that for a while. Everything's good. So I'm going to shut the camera off and measure the B+. We should be seeing that in all the good spots. Okay, I've got nice unloaded B+ everywhere, and I got a nice bias voltage, minus 37. My hands are too shaky to show you the measurements in actual real time, so yep. So now I'm just going to put the tubes back in here and see if I can get some sound out of this thing. All right, I'm ready to fire this up with tubes. Here I go. It's on. I'm going to go up to about 50 volts. Let those tubes warm up. I know, I'm being careful. I'm shaking like a freaking dog passing a peach pit, as Uncle Doug would say. This is not my normal shop. That's why I'm a little bit on edge here. My normal shop is no longer functioning, but don't worry, we'll get back. We'll get it back. All right, nothing on my current limiter. I'm gonna go up to about 80. I'm living large here. And I got the cable plugged in here so I can just tap test if we get some sound. So far, nothing, of course. It's only at 80. All right, up to 100. Pilot lights on. Power tubes are glowing. Looks like the preamp tubes are going on. Got a little faint sound. Doesn't sound right. Got something hindering the tone. Okay, but we have life. Probably something's... It's always wiring errors, isn't it? So time to go back, and I'm going to put it down for a day or so and come back. I wonder if this might have anything to do with anything. It's probably not an important wire. It's 300 volts here and 0 volts over there. Gee, I wonder. Nah, that wire didn't have anything to do with anything. so many wires, I figured I didn't need that one. I got plenty of wires. All right, let's plug the guitar in real quick. Okay, it screams, but the tremolo's not working. So I got to crawl back over this and see what's up with that tremolo, because that's a big part of this amp. Alrighty, so we're going to crawl back over it tonight. Okay, this is the tremolo tube, V2. And it's doing this with the intensity, with the speed off. Speed's off, it's blinking like that. And then as I turn the speed up slowly, it gets to a point where it's reading at about 4, it's reading voltage. Like 2. Okay, here's my tremolo circuit there with the 3 resistors, capacitors, the 3 capacitors right there. And okay, there you go. That's what it is. So poking around in here, trying to find out why my tremolo is not working. I'll give you a hint. I'm colorblind. I replaced all these with more modern stuff. I may put them back. They're sitting over there waiting in the wings. But hey, these are nice. But anyway, that's 10 megs, not 1 meg. Here's a 1 meg. Freaking 10 megs. I wondered, I haven't put it out of there yet, but I just wonder if that might have something to do with the tremolo circuit not getting tremolo-y. Huh. Stay tuned. Got it. And I added a 2 meg in there to slow it down even more. So it's a swampy thing. Alrighty. Alright, man, these old Princetons, they really had high plate voltage. Good thing we got the JJs. The 6v6S's supposedly can handle up to 500 plate voltage. Right now, with it set the way it is, and I'm not accounting for screen voltage per bill, we're looking at 10.9 watts per tube. I'm going to leave it right there. That's a beautiful thing there. One good thing Kendrick does, I like these, man. A lot of turning power there, before you get anywhere. You can really dial it in. So he did one good thing there. The rest of it is gone. All right, this is a wrapping up. Now I'm going to pick a speaker. I'm leaning towards a P12p Orange County Recone. Cabinets it's going into has got a 12-inch. So this is going to wrap up this part of the kitchen counter series here. Alrighty. Alright. I'm going to try out this very cool 53 P12R X. Bill had this in one of his deluxe cabinets. It's clean and beautiful. Original cone, which is maybe a plus, maybe a minus. I don't know. I bet it's going to sound good. I'm not going to be cranking it too much. Very cool silver baked finish. All right. Here comes the long dreaded and much maligned sound check. The sound check. So I'm going to do a couple of different settings on this. And this, lefty loosey, that's what I'm going to be using for it. Alrighty. All right, first things first. 5, treble 3, bass about 8, tremolo is off, and I got this is the neck pickup. Let's see. Speaker. All right then. Okay. Turn the treble up. Volume's on 5. Bass is on 7. Intensity on the tremolo is all the way up, and I got the speed up to about 5. And this is Adriana Marie's Can't Afford to Lose. Here it is pegged on the neck pickup. Man, all right, well, look at here. This just about does it for the de-modding of this Princeton by Geral Weber. He modded this thing out. I don't know what it did. I don't really care. This is what the amp was supposed to sound like, in my opinion, back yonder in yesteryear. Anywho, let's hope whoever gets this uses it to play real music. Blues, jazz, maybe some country, little rock, a little roll. For humans, by humans. All right, thanks for watching. Hope this helps.